Hello, everyone. This is Maven, and I'm thinking about some more of the things that happened to me in the Christian cult, International Churches of Christ, and I don't know, I've been looking into other YouTubers who've been through what I went through, and I just want. Um, I want to heal, for one thing. It's been 16 years since I left the church. Well, almost exactly 16 years, and I still, have so many struggles in the area of God. I don't believe like I used to. I don't have faith like I used to. I don't pray like I used to. And something inside me really doesn't want to have anything to do with religion or God or anything. It's had a lot of damage. It's the effect is so profound. Um, Anyway, in my last video, I talked about how I was met and the studies that I went through and how intense it was. And I remember when I was studying, they took me out to share my faith, and it was so freaking awkward. We had gone to this drugstore, and um, they were, stopping people and talking to them, and I mainly just wanted to run away. I could tell by, the appearance of the people that we were talking to that it was very uncomfortable for them. And it therefore was uncomfortable for me. And I couldn't really see myself cold talking to people and trying to get them to come to church. And I've never been a really good salesman. I have to be 100% behind the product. And when I would see others sharing their faith or evangelizing, it didn't come across genuine to me, and therefore it was really hard to get behind that. And I tried, and I was a naturally outgoing person, and so it was easy for me to start out conversations with people, but then I would feel this overwhelming sense of duty to invite people to church and make that a priority instead of really finding out, how people are doing, how their day actually is, and stuff. It was coming with an agenda, and that's really not me. One of the things I also noticed about the church was they would invite people to church to study the Bible, and they would even study with people. But if for any reason those friends that they had studied with dropped the study or didn't want to study anymore, they were never their friends again. They kind of left them and moved on to somebody else. There was one of the girls in my group commuted via AC Transit, the bus system, like I did, and she had met someone, and I happened to be on the bus, and she introduced me to this great girl, and how they were going to get together and study the Bible, and did I want to join the study, which I really, really did want to. So we studied with this lovely, lovely person, and we did the word study. We did the seeking God and the word. And then we did discipleship. And these are different days that we did this. In the discipleship, or with the baptism, I forget which study it was, but the baptism came up. And it was that only those who were baptized in full immersion, and they were the only ones that were saved. And especially they were the only ones who were saved that were baptized into our church. So she couldn't wrap her mind around that. She was like, my mother is a Catholic, and she wasn't fully immersed, but she is the most Christian woman I know. And we, me included, talked to her about that not being biblical. And she cried. It was very heart-wrenching for her. And the girl that had led the study asked her why she was crying, and she goes, I can't believe this is over. She said, I don't believe that. And she stopped studying. Well, I made her my friend. She was my friend. And I was not going to just leave that relationship. That's crap in my eyes. And so we continued to have a friendship. And I would invite her when we had outdoor services and stuff, and I would invite her, and she would come with me, and we would have a good time. And the particular person that had initially studied with her would come over and do all these, nicey things, which she didn't really feel. She never contacted her on her own or did any of those kind of things, because she needed to move on to someone who would study through to being a disciple. And, damn those people that don't, follow through for her. And to this day, I am still friends with that wonderful woman. And even one time we would get together and we'd walk around Alameda, and I was talking to her about something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she stopped, and I looked at her, and she goes, Linda, do you think I'm going to hell? And I went, oh yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't go to the same church I go to. And I mean, I was not judging her, and I was not condemning her per se. I just was very matter of fact. I mean, this is what I believe, and I wasn't going to push her into doing what she wasn't ready to do. But in my heart of hearts, I had hoped that, eventually she would come with me, because I wanted to spend eternity with her. I thought she was a really great person. It wasn't until after I had left the church that I realized just what I was doing and what I had said, and I came back to her and apologized and told her, what my feelings were about who I was then. But she had totally accepted me as I was, flaws and all. And she didn't get offended and stop talking to me because of what I had believed at the time. And I mean, that is love to me. And that is not something I got in the church. It was very easy of them to eventually let go of me. When I had decided to move to Nashville, they were like, they washed their hands of me and kind of let me go. But, God, I just know that there were plenty of times when I was the disciple that did my own set of damage to people. And for that, it's really hard to get over. Anyway, those are just a few of my thoughts, and thank you for listening.